Hey, welcome to All In with Sarn Patterson. I am Sarn Patterson, and today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And a lot like Memorial Day, I don't feel like good saying Happy MLK Day. And as I kind of look back through my personal past, I remember learning about him in social studies as a young teenager and thinking good things about the man, but he didn't resonate with me. And then as a soldier, even though I think I started looking more about what it means to stand up for civil rights, more about finding a better way to make change happen, it never eclipsed having that extra day off. And that is a big hit on me because as a leader, I really should have studied and understood more for my soldiers, if nothing else. But today, as I was listening to some speeches and I was delving a little more deeply into this man's history and things that he went through, the things that he changed, the steps that he took, and his influences, they really struck a chord with me because of today's political climate. So history is talking to us right now about everything that's going on. And Martin Luther King showed us a way to fight power without picking up a gun. Showed us a way to bring us together and use the unity as strength to fight the power, to fight the corrupt, to fight that which is injustice. I really kind of caught on the line. It says, if there is any injustice anywhere, then there is no justice for any of us. And I think I messed up the paraphrase, but sorry. So as I learned more about not just the abuses that he went through, not through the fact that my own country put him on a watch list and tried to call him a communist, to the basic ways that he started his movement from, we're not going to ride the bus, that all the black people just for a year stopped riding the bus. They found other ways. They supported each other. They made a difference. And he thought, let's do this for a day. And it lasted a full year before there was an actual change handed down by the Supreme Court of the land stating you cannot have this segregation on public transit. And that was the start of the momentum. And it started earlier than I thought. I always kind of thought it was just kind of in the early 60s, but no, this is all started in the 50s and working through his communities and talking to people, not just the I have a dream speech, but all the others that he made. I actually, last year, when I was looking for inspiration, downloaded or bought and downloaded, however you want to say it, uh, several of his speeches because I wanted to hear him. I wanted to understand some of the messages. So this has kind of been percolating for me for a while, but today I really wanted to look at it. So this is more than a day for a barbecue. It is more than a day of no work. This is a day to recognize the power of the people. This is a day to recognize that when we come together, we can make absolute effective change. And the kicker is, when he was talking, it was 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. And there was still so much wrong in our country. And here we are now, good Lord, let's see, he died 69, so 30, 50, almost 60 years later. And there's still these injustices going on. And now it's become much more widespread. So I say to you, remember our power, remember our strength. And our strength is through unity, through connection and working together. If we want to make our changes, if we do not want things to continue in the vein that they are going, we come together. And as a veteran, I know personally how effective a fire team can be. So, how effective a platoon can become, and then a company, then a battalion, then a brigade, then a division, then a corps, and then an army. And when we're all working in sync, amazing things happen. So today, if there are things going on in our country that you don't support or you're not really sure about or you don't agree with, let's stand together and help make that change happen. Because I know you've got my back and I have got your six.